We have a very special guest here. I'd like to welcome to the stage for brief remarks Ms. Marianne Williamson, who is a candidate for president. She's also a New York Times best-selling author. We thank you for being in New Hampshire. Welcome back. And thank you for gracing our First in the Nation primary.
Thank you.
Ms. Williamson.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It is truly an honor to be here and to be here in the State House, this temple of democracy, this place where, as Alexander Hamilton said, we would be laboratories of reform. And just being in the building, we are all reminded of the deep traditions of democracy, not only this country, but of the state. We are all aware of this tradition of the first primary and the importance of that in New Hampshire, which I'm privileged once again to be part of. I'm reminded also of a great tradition in your state, and that has with how many of the roots of the abolitionist movement grew out of governmental officials as well as the early evangelical churches in New Hampshire. So New Hampshire has made a lot of difference, has taken stands for justice in our history, and I hope that New Hampshire will continue to be that voice. I am here as part of a great roiling debate about democracy right now in terms of the Democratic Party honoring the fact that this is the first primary state. But that's small compared to the larger issues that confront all of us who are part of the larger political conversations at this time. I think what's important is that we remember those first principles. John Adams said that he hoped that every July 4th we would revisit our first principles. And they are, of course, inherent in our Declaration of Independence. 56 men having signed that declaration establishing radical principles. They are radical not only politically, but also morally and spiritually. That all men are created equal. That all men are given by God the inalienable rights of life and of liberty and of the pursuit of happiness. That governments are instituted to secure those rights. That is the purpose of government, to secure those rights, not to thwart those rights, not to obstruct those rights, not to undermine those rights. All men created equal, given by God inalienable rights of life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. 41 of those signers, however, were themselves slave owners. So there has always been in this country from the beginning a struggle between those who meant that all men are created equal and that government should protect that equality, that government should take a stand for those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, versus those forces that have always been with us from our earliest days of the slave owner, that have always been with us, whose actual force would be used to express the notion that not all men, only some people should have their rights, only some people. And that struggle is being enacted today. We are reiterating it today, just as we have from our earliest beginnings. And that's the struggle that's going on in every state house. That's the struggle that is going on today in the U.S. Congress. That is the struggle of our time, as it was the struggle of the American story in every generation, between those who say, all men are created equal, government is instituted, the Declaration of Independence says. Governments are instituted to secure those rights. And it goes on to say, as we all learned when we were children, just like those little children down in your lobby are learning it now, the Declaration says that if government is not doing its job, it is the right of the people to alter it or to abolish it. Now, we certainly don't want to abolish it, but the right to alter it is sacrosanct. And I honor every person, both in this building and outside this building, who are standing up, inside as well as outside the halls of government, to say that in our time, as in other generations, we will stand up. That is what the abolitionists did. That is what the women's suffragists did. That is what the civil rights movement did. And that is what I am so proud to be part of. With all of you here today who are standing for the rights of all people, all men, all women, all straight, all gay, all transgender, all Jew, all Christian, all Muslim, all every American. And I honor those of you who are standing for those things here. For those of you who are not, I'm still honored to be here with you because that's the meaning of America, that we duke it out. Let us duke it out with honor and with respect. But hey, I'm a Democrat. I hope our side wins. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Thank you. Really, really. Thank you.